I saw something really disgusting today. And it's not quite about the fires, and the Okanagan fires do happen. It was really unfortunate. I watched a few buildings burn down. I was across the street, and it was a tough thing to watch, and I know that there's a lot of people that have been displaced and evacuated, but the real disgusting thing that I witnessed was the reaction from one lady in a hotel across the road, in a hotel where I was at, on the 6th floor, looking down at the rubble and the destruction, and how she mentioned, I hate to say it, but this is going to make my property value go up. And I thought, you bitch. Is that the first thing that you think about that's going to cross your mind? Is that, I hate to say it, but this is going to make my property value go up? You're a fucking pig of a human being. And then we watched the fire spread to a building, a motel. It was actually a motel that I used to live at, right beside there. It's called the Walnut Grove. And this motel is not really a motel to most people. It's most people's home. It's a month-by-month place, and it's something that the low-income people in Kelowna can afford. It's something that might be the only thing that they can afford in Kelowna. I know a blind lady that lives there, and I think her rent has been locked in at $400 a month or something like that for the last 20 years. And that's because the guy that owns it is a decent human being, and he recognizes the need for low-income housing in Kelowna. His name is Dennis, and the guy's a fucking saint. He could have sold that place for millions of dollars years ago, but he chose to keep the home for the people that have been there that would not have another place to go. And this lady continued to say, well, that place is on fire next door, the little brown place. Well, you know, it had to go anyway, she says. It had to go anyway. She says, there's just a bunch of drug addicts that live there. And I thought, you fucking bitch. Drug addicts that live there. Like, how dare you stand here on the 6th floor of this beautiful building with your beautiful clothes, and you just walk out from your apartment and look out the window, and you look down on these people and just decide that they're drug addicts and that their place should be burned up because it has to go. It has to go for what? For you? Is it an eyesore? Is it an eyesore for you? And she actually just got off the phone with her real estate agent to see how the fire affected the price, the value of her place, how it affected the value of her place. Like, can you believe that? Can you believe the nerve of some people? Can you believe how out of touch some people are? And she was standing beside me, and she was actually talking to me. And I had the opportunity to say something to her, just to let her have it. But I was kind of in shock. And really, what can you say to people that are so out of touch? How do you change their mind in one sentence or one conversation if people are that out of touch? If someone is lacking empathy, how can you even engage in a constructive conversation with a person that is so delusional? And I think this is what's like a lot of what's wrong with our society is people not showing empathy or not giving a shit about other people, living in their own self-entitled bubble. They've made it, and the rest of the people are clawing and clamoring at the bottom of the hill, and they just turn a blind eye, and they don't give a shit. They have their own little families and their own little subdivisions and their own little golf courses. They're doing their own little thing, and they can just turn a blind eye because looking down at other people is kind of uncomfortable. And removing yourself from those people is just easier to deal with life. And you can just converse with the people around you that are sort of on the same page with you, the same financial page or the same financial level. And I was listening to the news, and I heard all kinds of this mention of these huge buildings that were on fire, and then, oh yeah, there was a small little motel that got burned up. Well, that motel's been there for a long time. And that's a lot of people's homes. It's been there for a really long time. And like I said, this guy that owned it, he knows if he sold it, it would go to huge developers that would take the real estate and they would bulldoze everything. They would kick everybody out. Everybody would be on the streets. And where are those people going to go? Where are those people going to be able to afford a place to live in Kelowna at those prices? Nowhere. They can't go anywhere. And he knows that. This guy could make millions of dollars and just go and sail off into the sunset. But he doesn't do it. He does it for those people that are living there. And to be fucking judged by this bitch on the 6th floor that's looking down on the people down there and saying, well, that place should have gone up anyway. How many other people are thinking that in Kelowna? Is there even this sense of community anymore? A sense of empathy? It's fucking bullshit and it gets me fired up. It gets me fired up enough to make a video like this. I don't know what else to say, but I had to say this much.